Hello friends, welcome to my channel and thanks for watching this video. Friends, in this video we are going to discuss about the stock of Norwegian Cruise Lines holdings. And if you look at the cruise lining stocks, so they are moving in a bit different way. When I say in a bit different way, obviously they are moving upside. So there is some indication which you need to think of, because things, whatever has to happen as has happened, and people are looking forward. And let's just understand and think, even hypothetically, it's not a problem that if you think that people will hold themselves across the world before going outside, there is also a possibility that people staying living in a simple place, as a human we are socially connected with each other, though lots of people don't find comfortable to go outside, and that's a fact. But there are n number of people which want to go out as soon as possible, even for a holiday. Okay, so there are things which are happening on both the side of the page, and these stocks are indicating the same, so we should not completely ignore these kind of things. So that's the thing you need to understand. And as a side note, stock is always a forecasting kind of indicator. Stock always reflect what will happen and not what is happening or what has happened. Okay, because theoretically, everything which is available in the news has already priced in the current share price. So with that, if you this is the monthly weekly chart, so you can consider it as a long term chart for Norwegian Cruise Line. So if you look at this highlighted section, this is a kind of double bottom pattern, okay, which is yet to form, but there is a chance, or I mean there the shape is already there, and there is a probability that it will definitely, the stock will move on the upside. So let's just discuss about the support and resistance level, because what will happen, whether things will happen or not, that's a different thing. But stocks can't fall beyond a certain level, and that's also a truth, because there are, if you are looking at human history in the past 200 years, there are lots of things which has happened, there are lots of things which will probably happen and will definitely happen. So as a human race, we shouldn't stop, and we should know and or understand that whatever we hadn't have couple of 100 years back, we have it right now. Okay, so technically, scientifically, in medicine, we are in our advanced stage, and we will definitely look forward beyond this level. So even things are bad, we should be hopeful for the bright future. Having said that, if you look at this stock, so your support level, your immediate support level will come at 12.64. Then we have a range, a resistance, a target on the upside as 24.25. Then we have 27. So these are our first two targets or resistance in between 24 to 27. Once the stock sustained beyond 27 or 28, then what we could probably do is this. Okay, we are going to go using technical analysis, though there is a probability that many a stock can move 100-200% in a day. That's fine, but we should know our limitations. If things happen accordingly, that's good for us only, but we should not think irrationally and think that every day stocks will move 400-500 odd percent. If, let's say, if you thought that a stock can rise by 400% in a 2 year span of time, if it happens in 1 or 2 months, then you have to think, are you satisfied with that, or do you want to be a bit more greedy for a much more return? So it is up to the individual, whatever he or she thinks. Okay, so beyond 27 or 28, we have 34. So if the stock crosses and stays above 34, then let me tell you one thing, that this range, the previous consolidating range, will get activated. Okay, so that's the big thing. Once it gets activated, so there is a very high probability that the stock will move towards the higher end of the range, which is in between 59 to 64 odd dollars. But for that, the stock must uh, make a breakout above 34 and sustain over that. Okay, so if the stock sustain over 34, then we have a target or resistance in between 38 to 40. Then we have 47 to 48, and then 59 to 64. These are the levels, but there are two things which you need to look at. First, that the current share price, the current stock price, is making a big move, and the technical pattern which has formed is very positive in nature, and if the pattern occurs after a big breakdown, then it's very positive. So that is there. Second thing, if the stock moves above and stays above 34 odd dollars, then previous the previous range, consolidating range, which was there since 2014 to 2020, gets activated. And though there are lots of intermediate resistance or target, but it will eventually move towards 59 to 64 odd dollars, and that is a big probability. In this case, in that case, what will happen, that this entire part will become an excuse kind of thing, or irrational move, because of a black swan event, because we don't know that this thing can happen, and this thing could move the entire world like this, and we are going to halt for such a long time, because this thing hasn't happened previously, even though we have seen lots of pandemics before in the past 400 500 odd years. But at that time, movement of people were not there. At that time, even though we know the things, people are not informed, well educated, technologically connected, advanced in medicine. Nothing is there. So we have all the things. So these are all the bright spot which we need to think of and act rationally. Though things are bad, but there is always a silver lining which we need to look at. And people understand one thing, that human have short memories, and if the memories are bad, then we do have short memories, and we do not to look back and take lessons from them. That's, you can say, the negative part or the positive part as well, because we have to move on, and some people does moves on and don't think about that even some kind of risk does exist. So these are some of the things which you need to look at and act accordingly. So this is the end of the video. If you like this content, do share your thoughts in the comment section and subscribe my channel for this. Lastly, take care of your family and friends.